Hello everyone, my name is Jaspal Soni and I am the President of Chananda Culture Society here in New Delhi, India. I am very happy to be with you today. I have brought some questions, actually 4 questions that are normally on everyone's mind who is on the spiritual path, spiritual journey, and these questions are: number 1, who am I? मैं कौन हूँ? Number 2, why I am on the earth? Number 3, where I am going? What is the purpose of life? And number 4, how do I finish the purpose of life that I have been sent on the earth? So I have found these answers from my own spiritual journey with the organization called the Summit Lighthouse, which is based in America. It was founded by the Mark L. Prophet and Elizabeth Clare Prophet back in 1958. These answers were given by Ascended Masters to the Summit Lighthouse and its devotees by the Ascended Masters that I have found worthwhile. I'd like to share with you. Maybe you want to ponder upon them also. Maybe you'll find something that you feel like, yes, I was looking for that answer. Yes, that is really what I was looking for. And maybe that will create a spark in your life. So that's my hope. So we'll continue where we left off. Our first question, who am I? मैं कौन हूँ? Well, the answer is really, we know that God is in us. The energy of God is in us as a universal presence of God in us. But no one told us, no one told me, at least when I was looking for the answer, that God can be also in us as His individualized presence of Himself. What does that mean, individualized presence of Himself? That means God is present in us, Himself personally. And that is a big question. That is a big question of understanding that when God is in us, personally present, that He is present in anyone, that changes the perspective of 180 degrees of our understanding. How? Well, let's go back to our first question. Who am I? Because I am a child of God, we have been told. Well, a Sunday Master teaching is that you are a son and daughter of God. So when a child is growing up, he is ignorant. But when he becomes a son or daughter, he becomes aware of himself. So because our divine parents, our parents are Father, Mother, God, we are the offspring, we are sons and daughters of our divine parents. Therefore, because we have been created in the image and likeness of our divine parents, therefore, we have the potential to become like them as God Self or God. And that is the meaning of the individualized presence of God in me, as we will talk about in our next videos about a little bit more in detail, as we will see through the lens of different religions, how every religion will see that way as individualized self, because we have been brought up, we have been raised in that particular culture. Therefore, we are accustomed to seeing things only as we have learned from our early childhood. So that is where I will leave you off today. But I'll continue again with the next segment of our presentation. Now, today we will be focusing on the second question, why I am here on the earth. Ascended Masters teachings that I have been following for the past 46 years, I've learned from them that we are here on the earth, all of us, for only one purpose, one sole purpose, and that is to fulfill our divine plan, our mission in life that we are meant to fulfill. Well, how do we know our mission and how do we fulfill it? Well, if you can look at the figure on my left, you can see the 7 concentric rings. We call that the causal body. We call it our treasures in heaven. Treasure means our good works, our good karma, our good virtues that God has given to us. And we are meant to download them into our physical body, into our emotional body, into our mental body, into our etheric body, through our thoughts, feelings, words and actions. Well, you can say, well, so far so good. You might be thinking, but how do we download it? How do we download these virtues from our causal body? The answer is, we are meant to align ourselves with the will of God in our thoughts, in our feelings, in our words and deeds perpetually, 24/7. And there are Ascended Masters have given us some tools how we can do that. We will talk about them in our future destination. So today we will focus on the third question, where I am going. To answer this question, it's very important for us to remind ourselves that God has given all of us a gift of free will. Free will to do the will of God or not to do the will of God. Gift to take the name of God or not to take the name of God, as lot of us do that. Well, what comes to my mind is a very famous quote from a British author known as William Shakespeare back in 16th century. He said something like this: to be or not to be is a question. He said that in one of his novel that he wrote at that time. Well, let's take that statement at a spiritual level. To be or not to be, you can say that, do I want to be God's self or do I don't want to be God's self here and now? And that is the question. And as we are feeling the new dawning age of the golden age or Satyug coming upon the earth, our consciousness is really evolving. A lot of people are asking this question, exactly where I am going. And as more and more people are doing or striving to do the will of God, they are finding that answer, that there is a purpose of life and how they can set their course straight to go home of the Om, home of the I am that I am, home of becoming God's self, that they have a divine mission in this life to be. Hello everyone, I am Jaspal Soni. Today we will be answering the fourth and the final question: how do I get there? First of all, I like to share with you that there is a body of light called the Great White Brotherhood, which consists of gods and goddesses, ascended masters and unascended masters and many angels in heaven, who are always there to help us to find the answer or even to help us get there to our destination 24/7. Also, there are many seekers of truth, even thousands of them in the world, who are availing themselves of the Ascended Masters' teachings that are given by the Summit Lighthouse, an organization in America, two messengers, Mark L. Prophet and Elizabeth Clare Prophet, since 1958. This body of light, the teachings I call that, is really help everyone to get to their point of where they need to go through the teachings that covers so many topics, including the knowledge of the I am that I am, or God's self in me, the knowledge of the Ascended Masters, the knowledge of the violet flame, which can help us transmute our negative karma into positive karma, the knowledge of the science of the spoken word through mantras, through degrees we call them, through meditation, through visualization, the knowledge of the chakras, the color of the chakras, the knowledge of the karma, and many more topics that are connected to really help us to get to our destination, to our goal. What is our goal? Our goal is to fulfill our divine plan. Our goal is to become that lighthouse of love, simply put. So we can help others also to find this Ascended Master teaching, so they can also realize the God self in them. I hope you like this video. If you did, please do share it with your friends. Thank you.